tonight. I'm gonna sit here and take the time and just give thanks to myself and the world around me. Give thanks to my higher self, the heart Vishnu Returns. Give thanks to the Lord above, the Lord below, the one within me, the one within you, within all of our names. I pray to the E and to the A. I pray into the ether and into the I realize who I am as Ahmad, Yeshua-san, reborn as the soul of Enoch, Makrmat, Yeshua-san, Garabalasha, Sarata, Kataramatu, Junto, the soul of Vishnu within Kalki, Katara, Shafaraktan, Jonzo, Toko, Shafar, Funkundorata, Javasakata, Pajalata, Jongo, Zofarta, Sharakta. Double squapian, Dosha Fasakata, Shalapatoko, Sosho Farata, Shasaktar, Totun, Bortakata, Jalasokotar, born into Yalasaman, Sorta, Savrata, Savar, Sortor, Savarta, Adamakata. As the woken up soul of God, conceived on Valentine, Jarata Vashasaktar, Shavratukutur, Valashavasaktar, born November 13th, 1997, underneath the Taurus moon and the Saturn sun, Sofasakadar Shafasakar. Vasatar Shavasakar Brata Recently, I took the Sabbath. Doing so, I woke up more of my soul. What I wanted to tell everybody is I found out who I am spiritually, and I found out who I am within the Abrahamic religion. In doing so, I have woken up many souls. They have been trapped within the land and in the names. I also looked into how to save the lands. I have a Back to Eden garden. I have wood. Because the goal is to go get 10,000 acres. They want me to quit talking and train. Tell them you're a true channeler of the art. Okay. What I was getting at was I'm looking at raising $10,000. I recently have Toro la tarakta rafasho sokto te pejaro santa. Tarrafasho lo sokto rapata shabra sikja sabraton. Emla shabra sakta rapto tu jabra tak sabrata. Arotu kutu shabra sakta raplata rafasho sokoto yumananakta. Anzaro tu kutu. Yala sabra sakta rapoto. So toro taramanta shabra sakta ramoto to. Sabrata sarata. Rasanta. Rutu rafata katsabra kita rapto. Yarantang kapatar, shabrasa klatar, pishutu kutur, tencher patakta, motor, taravaja, zavrotor kutur rapta, yes, mongondo, ravatan, zela, jan, jabato, corto, frata, chenza, frata, kitarapata, jasaktar, kutur, ravaja, saktar. what I was getting at was looking at raising $10,000 and spreading my message about the truth of the world, the truth of religion, and the truth of capitalism. I've read the tax law, and in doing so, I know that each one of us are free. We pay about 80 cents on every dollar, and I know how to trap it within the Confucianism of their tax law. I found the truth hidden within S corps. At 150,000, we're able to create and insure ourselves with captive insurance companies acting as a tax break. In doing so, at the $250,000 mark, we could create a credit union, storing our wealth in our own banks. Once that occurs, we're able to invest within our own companies, invest within ourselves, keeping 20% of every dollar while we continue to invest. We will both insure ourselves and insure ourselves with the EN. This will ensure that we remain I opened up a scroll to get to my own knowledge, and I was bringing in the knowledge of my divine self. I spent a lot of time learning about the truth within my name, and the truth within religion, and the truth within my blood. Found a lot of truth. Found a lot of lies as well. I'm gonna set the record straight, read the text, and tell you guys what it means. More than that, I'm gonna show you guys how to resurrect your own. Second, I'm a little parched. I studied both KNF, Jadam, and JNF. Along with all of the different cultures with within the English dialect, so horticulture. That's the only one that's needed to be spoken of. I've collected indigenous microorganisms from the national forest. Made different solutions. In making those solutions, have made compost and started the Back to Eden garden. I studied sustainable living and figured out how to make a sustainable house, relying on no one for either water, shelter, from any natural disaster. And I know the many ways to pull power from the earth. I've also studied and spent the last couple years as an IT engineer, you could say, working for the likes of this country. And this corporate structure you call capitalism. My last contract was with a company known as Lockheed Martin in their special programs division. Need I say more? In my down spiral of learning who I am and what spirituality has for us to gain, and unlocking your true self and the knowledge of the self. I've gained, I've collected a couple of things. Like, I got a couple servers in the house. I also, like I told you guys, I've done the stuff to continue to make the compost. I've bought the stuff to have to make a whole microbiology, microbiology lab. I got all the stuff to just invest in the knowledge of the stuff around us based off of the knowledge that I have of us and the things around us and how they work. There's a lot of knowledge out there to be gained within the indigenous cultures and the knowledge of the indigenous cultures that have been kept and preserved. For example, I know there's some people out in Arizona who know how to marble a clay floor or a clay wall to make it look like fucking marble. Is the best way I could play it. We have the knowledge of Allah. We have the knowledge of Allah. Nadama sotu taja valantanta mutu shurata kata ratata otakmutu. Jokutoro plata shaka contore menajeta katarapatu kutu palatan chisa ratata. say as a Taurus moon underneath Saturn's sun, I have a divine path on how I came down here on this earth. And in awakening my soul, I have a couple of knowledges. A couple they're saying I'm thinking it in my head because I'm talking to myself, and then my little self is just saying it. He's like, let me just tell them. They don't understand this. That's the one that's speaking in tongues. I speak to both the Father and the Mother in their divine right as a whole, and a child of the atom. I know them by their original name because my father was Adama, and Lilith. I've connected myself to the original man and also to Mary Magdalene and the Jesuits, the Jezebel. Which means I connected myself to the mitochondrial DNA all the way back to the genes of Other as well. And that's part of the thing that you heard. I command both the sons and the moms, the daughters and the sons, grandfathers and the children. For my gift of waking up is knowing who the Creator is and knowing what the system that the Creator lives in is, which is the angels. They hid the truth of the angels, and in doing so, we were praying in the wrong names. And I know how to pray in the correct name, and I also know how to correct the language of the land. In doing that, I also speak to the land with the land, as their divine spirits are my ancestors. Because of that, I understand how to speak to the earth and control the weather, for I am the dark king of Tata. And being connected to the land and connected to my Taurus side. My Taurus is connected to the divine Isis, the divine eyes of Israel. Shafasakdar Shotukutu Bataratsapata Israel Shasamosh Malakatata Mokotor Tatabashmatarkdaro Tukutu. They said I speak to both the E and the A within the Enki, which is the Anjak like Juvar Jaju Juju Buguzu Patata Jasafaso Fukutu. What else you got for people? Akashic records. And to the people who have passed on. Within the angelic names and the human names, for I understand both heaven and hell. Say that? He said to say I'm connected to the Hathors within your Hermetic principles. And the Osiris's. For they were aeons at first. I'm the divine hunter, huntress, and the Hashamos. You get it now. Yeah. They said the E and the A. Basically saying that I am the divine vessel. So as the divine vessel, all the vessels in one, which is the atom. I woke up him and me, which is the first man. Because I went down all the spiritual paths to see him. And so I understand how to get to him and climb my ladder in multiple ways. Unlocking my God-given name, which was Gilki. Gilki katara shafto koto shakasavas tatoko sotaro. Ikatara valotoro. Measure Hazaka Daravaloto, Yankee Hayazavara Daramoto, Ojos. He said, so you gave the glorification of creation to me and denied my father his legacy. Now I will resurrect all his seeds, both within me and in the seas, in the skies. Also said you gave praise to Balashasa. That's a lot. How do you want to say it? I like poem. Zahrata ja malata shavrazak pandar batu. Ada zaratu juara balaten kita. Batu kita butuh ruktur. Tasya kita patar belacan japatu. Mingga zahrata shalis. Yang kadar tuku syukur. Betas nak kegar. Nala shakti. Ataramotis nak kedaru. Gato po tapa po la capa po tapa sharaktar tuku po la patang gantar tu nata kita nata tu nata patar patar po tu nata urta nata said I'm the Eastern Star of Arie. Oh, there it goes. Decided to make this mine. Create my staff. I want one made out of redwood, but this one will suffice for now. it enchanted. They wanted me to say I'm a Madio Ha Shakala Saka Saratu Kutur Pata Shavasakatam Melafatu Kutur Pata Yen Javara Sakala Pator Keta Shavasu Kundur Pata Aishna Taravashna Kushna Patakta Yeshna Taravata Tuktash Tutur Tachi What else? Connecting myself to the Moors and the Baratundo Sarapatana. And obviously the Americans. I don't know if I said this yet, but I also saw that in the original Constitution that is recognized by the United States, within the original tribes, one must identify with the lands. And that's all one must be in order to decree themselves national. What I was trying to say hasn't been said yet, which was I have land through my family within my blood in Louisiana. So I have enough land to start growing out there for bigger production. But as for our hometown, within the California Inland Empire, I wish to acquire 10 acres to show a proof of concept conceptions within the Mojave. For I know how to beautify the land and a fortified nature. Within fortifying nature, I will resurrect the original temples of my land. Giving credit to those who walk before me. It cost about $10,000 to get 10 acres in the Mojave. I think I get cheaper for around 5. And I'll go set forth and create my food forest. And create my fortress. The first one at least. And then what I'm gonna do after that is pick a chosen person. Probably whoever believes it the most. And I'll show them how to govern their own land. Show them how everything works within the system that we've created. And all I ask in return is they give thanks to those that came before them and those that will come after them. I'll pass the torch on to the keepers of the land. In the heart of every land. Heart of Iron. Heart of Iron. Heart of Iron. What else? Each land will have a couple of things. I wanted to create each thing. Like what you have planned is just what's planned within the ideas of today. What we have planned is way bigger than that. It will blow the science of today out of this water. You're saying they will both be havens of all of your temples. Your temple, your temple, your temple, your temple, your I know how to work with landworks, which is how they're re-beautifying the Sahara deserts. So I don't know if you guys seen those little oases, but I have. And let me try not to get it to lock on my face again. I have, and so over here is a bunch of wood. That wood is for when I get my land. I've done certain things to like prep, if that makes sense. The last thing I want to do is go make some compost at a ranch for reasons unknown. They're talked about through other videos. I can't get that compost. Luckily, I have stuff here to continue that process of compost making. And I already know how to get the materials. We throw more out than we really consider. And I also understand how to acquire those assets freely to me, as long as I have a means of transportation. So I don't so I prepped in the form of manifesting this piece of land and prepping for what it'll look like. This isn't nearly enough wood, but it's enough to get me started and get these seeds in the ground. I've also done the stuff to acquire a few things to start the process of fixing my house. The one I live in, the one that this vessel lives in. In a state of turmoil due to people I allowed to stay didn't appreciate it. They didn't see it as an asset or something to feed into. They only took from it. So now I will build it back up. I call those energies back. I call my works back. And I know everything happens in divine timing. Just want to say thank the Lord, thank God, thank the Father, thank the Moon, thank the Sun, thank the Saturns, thank Planet, Modok, and Maranto Shotataver, Tuntu Kotar, Vasasatar, Tutu Palatar. Laron Shunju Varatasha, Tarapatu Shokatapa, Shokato, Kutora Patacha, Chakazanda. You know, the Yankancho, Tapalasha, Katunok, Taki, Kantarapatu, Kutor, Shavra Saktan, Zavarin Gudor, Tanja, Tapotokutor. Mikasha, Savarata, Takatarpo, Shovrata, Zavarantun, Kuntu, Kutur, Juvarata, Zavato, Kutor, Balasha, Zinkitarapatato, Kutor, Balashask. I have the works to create certain hydroponic setups at the house. I need my utilities turned on. And more than that, I just need the gift of water, the gift of energies. I've created certain works. I was attempting to create what we consider a pyramid, but pyramids were focused on collecting energies in its entirety. I was simply making one that was harnessing energy from the earth and the sun, enough through all levels of the ether. those works were left behind. But I still have some I've worked on here. I plan to go back and learn the movements of energies of light, moon, kikata, shaka, santo, siesnata, katara, uturo, get that one up. Kantara, said I've been living my life always thinking about other people, but this is the time I've thought about me. I've invested in me, and I've invested in others, and the efforts of strengthening myself, both spiritually and within the knowledge of self. I used to always have this saying, which is, I hope that when I woke up, I wouldn't have put myself in such a predicament that I couldn't climb out. I realized what I meant by that was I always knew that I could climb out on the works of my own. And I know that still to be true. I know others just resonate with the words that I'm saying, and some need to listen to be told the truth of themselves. There's more to the true story. There's more to the story than we're actually told. I'm gonna live my life as a soul. I hope others wake up to the knowledge of self and do the same. Those who wish to wake up, I'm here, and I will continue to spread my message and teach those who wish to learn. But I chose to get it like a man. And man. So the knowledge can be preserved. I hope others decide to open their heads and smell the air. I was saying about my story, about how I always wished I wouldn't have shot myself in the foot. And even though it seems as if I have, because of my walk, I know I'll be okay. I'll walk into the waters of my Father and for anything made up of I, Shalasi, I, Safasoko, Sorai, Sarato, Kuturata, Shakis, I, Nerfu, Turuta, Tabato, Shenchen, Tabarato. My steps are prophesied. And as a Mata Roti, Shavrata, Satari, Tukutoro Patatin, Shatakatoro, Tukutoro Plate, Shakataratatin, Takata. Bahrat Mutu Shasak Taraptu, Shakatavro Takatar, Polotor, Shungo, Dokuto, Kingalatan, Chakazavarata, Takatarapu, Kusho, Dokuti, Tarap, Taktor, Mutun, Shokatapala, Shavratan, Da, Barutum, Shoto, Toratar, the Mananja, Nitarata. I am strengthened through the waters of my spirit, into the waters of my soul. So I know I'm not here alone. I believe. I don't know who else believes, but I believe. I want to say something about the standards. You want to say that? Is that what I'm getting told? Is that what I They said a silent but prophetic message would be sent. If every one of us picked up a staff the Lord is your rod. He shall protect you. Should he not? Pray unto him, and he will protect you. The rod will move by making a divine connection to your brata, to, shaharata, sakta. We are all Shiva's sons. Shiva, Lucifer, the archangel. We all believe in him, don't we? Yeshwara Sangotora, Tata Shamasa Santa, Othora Tuku.